Look at me, I got water right here, but it's
Nice,
in like
dude.
my 21st birthday like glass. So it
Nice.
feels like drinking. It's also been like almost 5 years since I got this.
Water boys. Nice.
Yeah, that's the intro. Let's roll.
Okay. Welcome back, everybody, to Color Break, your third favorite comic book podcast. This is issue, I think it's 33. We're going to call it 33. Packed episode for you guys today. Of course, we're going to be talking about comic books, but also not comic book stuff.
Yeah,
you know how we do it.
It's packed about like with nothing.
Yeah, it's packed. It's another one of those potpourri episodes. Of course, I am your host, Kody Collects, and I'm here with my co-host, the mustachioed one. We got Christian.
How's it going, buddy? I was checking to see if it was actually 33, which it is. So good on you for remembering.
Nice, dude. How was your Thanksgiving, man?
It was good. I mean, it's kind of weird because like I'm not from here. I mean, I'm American legally since '98, but like traditions are not something we're like used to, but we still celebrate it.
Okay.
So it's just like, hey, let's eat a lot today, and that's about it. It was fun though. I had a lot of fun with my family.
So let me ask you this: as someone who, you know, I don't know. I guess like what do you guys cook for Thanksgiving? Like what's some staple?
We
plates?
stick to like tradition, like turkey, shit like that. There was no mac and cheese this year.
That's a shame. That's a shame. That's like the best part.
That's the best part about Thanksgiving is the mac and cheese. But it's
it
still
might not
good food.
Right, and it might not be like everybody's favorite, but it's like you can't go wrong with mac and cheese. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And I need some like cheese melted on top, like that crust.
No, like more like a casserole kind of mac and cheese. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Dude.
No like Velveeta or like Kraft.
Right. You guys got potatoes, dude? You gotta have some potatoes.
We had I think mashed potatoes. Yeah.
You gotta mash them. You gotta get them mashed.
Pumpkin like cake we had. It's pretty good.
Okay. Not like pumpkin pie like normal.
No.
Okay.
We switched it up a little bit.
Nice, dude. I had a good Thanksgiving. Visiting went up to Maine, hanging out with the folks. It sounded like everything just crumbled down on Christian's end.
Yeah, they're gonna see it. It's gonna be real funny. Like me getting.
I'm sure that sounded great for the audio listeners.
We're gonna keep it in. Don't worry about it.
But yeah, so in terms of what we're gonna talk about in this episode of Color Break, we got some mailbag, guys. Then we're also gonna do Spotify Wrap. Maybe we'll do Spotify Wrap first, actually, and then
let's go for it.
Okay, and then we got we're gonna talk about Somna #1, the newest book from DSTLRY. You guys know us; we like keeping track of DSTLRY stuff. And Christian's got some news regarding DSTLRY too, so that should be cool. Yeah. And then I got a little presentation for Christian. It's a bunch of comic book covers that like have something weird about them. Maybe they're mistakes, maybe they're not, but I'm gonna show it to Christian and see if he can identify.
I just like the fact that Cody's like super sure that like I'm gonna be able to do it.
He might be. I don't know. You got an eye for that kind of shit. I shouldn't have cussed at the first. Whatever
you did.
Shit's okay, right?
You get 5 curse words.
And then, guys, if we got time, we're going to be talking about other comic books that Christian and I have read recently. We love talking about that. But like I said, we're going to start with Spotify Wrapped. Christian, tell me all about it, dude. How was your year in music?
I mean, I'm happy with it.
Right.
Some unexpected, artists there, but I cannot complain about any of them.
Right.
Sometimes you have that thing where like a new album comes out and you listen to it for an entire month, and then that's your number one like song, and you're like, oh,
right.
That was just a vibe for like a week.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But I'm happy with it. How do you want to do this?
To me, right? I don't know if we should do like a back and forth. I think we should just talk about it. Maybe
yeah, we can put it up on the
top 5 artists.
We can put it up on the screen as we talk about it.
Sure.
My top 5 artists were number 1 Fall Out Boy, which like I expected it. They never disappoint me. They've been like in my top 5 every year.
I haven't listened to Fall Out Boy. I'm like an old head when it comes to that kind of music, so I don't listen to new Fall Out Boy. That's for sure. But
Well, I tend to listen to like the older stuff. So, but
Cool.
Speaking of Fall Out Boy, Holy Roller, Joe Troman, the guitarist, he wrote that.
We might be talking about that later. I have a feeling.
Yeah.
I have a feeling.
So it's a pretty good book. Number 2 is Harry Styles.
Nice.
Come on, you can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong
with Harry.
He can go wrong. Let me just add this: his new haircut. Not a fan. Not a fan. But
you know what? I think it's a moment. It's a moment.
I wonder if it's a moment, a choice, or was his hand forced? You know what I mean? By the god's cruelty. He's going bald or something. I don't know.
There is the fake hair theory, which is really fun.
But then we have Styles.
Not hairy or stylish anymore. My number 3 artist was Gorillaz, which was the band that released a new album, and I got 2D right here. You gave that to me, so thank you, Kody.
Yep.
Gorillaz is just a fun band. I can't really complain, but it's not. I wouldn't put them in my top 5 of all time. So I think it was just like their new album came out. I listened to it for like a month, and they stuck. And number 4, Arctic Monkeys.
Nice.
That's
Love
just
some.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean that one. I feel like that one's always gonna be like top 10 at least.
Makes sense.
Because I'll get like 2 months of the year where I'm like, oh yeah, they're the best band ever, and I'll just listen to them.
Last Arctic Monkeys album I really listened to was probably AM. So that's just shows you how long it's been.
Their most American album.
Yeah, I like all their other stuff before that too. Like but I'm not. That's same thing with Fall Out Boy. I don't know. I'm just not a big like modern day Arctic Monkeys fan. But
and then my number 5, which is definitely in your top 5.
Okay.
You got the Queen.
The Queen? Did you know? Okay, well, I guess I'll talk about it when I get to my 5.
And not the Queen Bee. But
right.
Taylor Swift.
Right.
I expected it to be there. I expected her to be higher on the list.
Yeah. I mean, listen, it might surprise you to know that Taylor Swift isn't on my top 5.
Wow.
So, and I think there's a lot of reasons for that, right? I think
it's probably Riley listens to it and you're there.
Yeah, like whenever we listen to music together or we're driving, it's always going off of Riley's phone.
That makes sense.
So like my minutes listened, I mean it's like 12,000, almost 13,000. So that's not even that much.
I'm at 13,000 too. So
gotcha. Yeah. So we listened to maybe the same amount, but my top 5 is pretty different. Can we get into it, dude?
Yeah, and then we'll go for songs. Go for your top 5 artists.
Thing about songs, though, I don't know if you'll know them or if...
Yeah, that's still like you can just rapid fire them.
Sure. All right, so my top 5 artists, we got Lorde.
Oh, nice. Love her.
We got Lorde, dude. I
love her. Rips by Lorde is like one of the best songs ever written.
Of course, dude. I love Lorde. And then number 4, Mac Miller. Got into Mac Miller earlier this year.
Nice. You can't go wrong with Mac Miller.
Can't go wrong. Yeah, I think there's a lot of hype. He's got the swimming and stuff like that.
Yeah,
circles
swimming's really good.
So I was kind of in my feels. You know what I mean?
I had like an era in my life where I listened to the Spins probably 5 times a day.
Yeah, that's a great song.
When I was in high school, that was just my life. Let's hear number 3.
Do you know the Postal Service?
I yes, but don't listen to them.
They've only got the one album because they broke up shortly after. But that Postal Service album, I think it's called Give Up.
You really like that one album.
Dude, it's a no-skip album. It's one of those. So funny enough, in my Spotify Wrapped, I got one of the things that shows you like, I don't know what you call it. Like it's a tarot card kind of thing, but it just shows you like, so for me, it was called Hypnotist. And I guess it's because I listen to like albums from front to back. Typically.
Oh, nice.
So I think that's, whenever I drive, I just like play an album
I definitely do that as well.
Or like going to sleep, I just play an album. So that's probably where like the Lorde comes from, you know what I mean? And then
I mean, I can listen to Pure Heroine back to back, like
no, Pure Heroine's a great one. And then the one, I forgot what it's called, like the colorful
Melodrama.
Melodrama, yeah. But yeah, so that's where the Post Service comes because I just play it when I like go to sleep.
I'm trying to look for my little tarot card.
Nice. If you're under the influence, dude, that Postal Service album, it's crazy. All these beeps and boops and bops, dude. It's great. But yeah, so we're talking number 2, Tame Impala, man. Same thing, same kind of thing. Just listening to it when I go to sleep. Love that. Bunch of no skip albums there. Number
That's
1
good.
artist, it was Noah Khan.
Oh,
He's
nice.
having such a great year. He just exploded onto the scene. That album, Stick Season is just like
I like
I've
the
never
fact-
resonated more with an album. So yeah.
I gotta listen to it. I'm not gonna lie to you. Never listened to a single Noah Khan song.
Dude, I mean, I didn't know about him until early this year, and then now he's like top
Yeah,
dog. He's doing collabs with Post Malone and everything. But
it's.
yeah.
I'm excited because I've heard a lot of good things, and I also like the fact that he went from 5 to 1, and I went from 1 to 5. So that's gonna be confusing for people,
Oh yeah, for sure.
and it's most definitely my fault.
I guess for me, like not to get into it too much, but I think Noah Khan, he's from New England, right? And he just sings from like a New England perspective, and I guess I've never related to like another artist.
It.
Yeah, I've just like, man, this guy is hitting. He talks a lot about mental health. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so I just think I respect him a lot as an artist. And I saw him earlier this year at Boston Calling. That was a ton of fun. So yeah.
Oh, that's
Noah
cool.
Khan's my number 1.
My tarot card. We were mentioning that. I got The Alchemist.
Okay.
Listening. Basically, you create your own playlist more than other listeners do,
Okay.
which I guess is cool.
I guess that's cool.
Well, whenever I go on a road trip, I like to make a playlist.
Yeah. I'm in the top 2% of Noah Khan fans, I guess. I thought I was gonna get number 1%, but that's all right. We'll take top 2.
I got 1% of Fall Out Boy.
Nice.
My brother got 0.5% of Bad Bunny.
Nice. I mean,
Which is
that's
wild.
crazy. That's insane
because that's an artist that's like everyone listens to.
Global. Yeah, I mean that's crazy. But dude, in terms of my top 5 songs, 4 of them are Noah Khan songs. So that's like the so 4
that
of
happened
them
to
are
me
Noah
last
Khan
year
songs
with Harry
Right.
Styles. Yeah.
And then the one that isn't is The Less I Know the Better, which is a Tame Impala song.
That's a
Which is-
classic.
I think it's like it's like the first track on one of the albums that I probably just
Yeah.
play through when I go to sleep, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, no, I had a song called Tormenta by Gorillaz and Bad Bunny, which is
cool.
that was my number 1. Then Cruel Summer number 2. I was really hoping Cruel
Nice.
Summer would be number 1. You know, sometimes
Song
you
in
can't
summer,
win.
man. Song in summer.
Cracker Island by Gorillaz, Keep Driving by Harry Styles, and then Kyoto
Nice.
by Fury Bridges.
Nice. That's cool. That's a great number. That's a great top 5. I mean, those
Yeah.
are
Oh,
those are all
and
great songs.
top genre was rock.
Nice. Me too. Yeah, rock. I think that's pretty common. But yeah, that's our Spotify wrap. I don't know if you guys got any other questions.
That's a wrap on
Let us
Spotify
know.
Wrapped. Oh,
That's a
I
wrap
guess
on Spotify
thank
Wrapped.
you for the podcast. You know, we grew a lot.
That's true. Christian showed me that before we started recording the podcast stats in terms of Spotify, and shout out to everybody that listens, man. It's really
we
cool
went
to
up.
see.
We went up by 233% in streams.
Right. Whoever, I think it said like 5 people have us as like their top podcast.
Yeah.
Shout out to you guys. You're supposed to be number 3. That's all I'm gonna say.
And I will
all
say, none of those 5 people is me.
Me neither.
My top
Me neither.
podcast was Strike Force 5, which was like all the late night hosts made a podcast.
Oh, but the strike. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Cool.
Yeah, no, I'm not one of those top 5.
But yeah, that was our top 5, and then like Christian said, shout out to everybody that listens, man. It's pretty cool it's cool that like we even got to see a Spotify wrap for podcasters. Imagine if you had to like hit a certain point before they showed you any stats.
We would not be in that list. But I'll put it up on the screen just in case anyone's interested. And for the people who are listening on like, audio, I'm sorry, man. You're gonna have to go to YouTube.
Dude, let's get into the mailbag, all right?
Yeah.
So last time that Christian and I asked a question to you guys, of course, we have a question this episode too. Yeah. Scroll down on YouTube, answer that question. Same thing on Spotify. We would love to hear from you guys to be featured in the mailbag. Also, if you got something to plug, I'll plug almost anything in these responses. So
as long as it's morally correct.
Almost anything. But last time, Christian and I asked you guys How do you read your comics? We know it was open-ended. It was kind of open-ended on purpose.
Yeah.
And we got 2 responses.
Yeah.
So Rome's wrote in. Rome's. I have a feeling that we might be in Rome's most listened podcast.
Yeah, we could be. Yeah, he's a loyal fan.
Yeah, dude. Shout out Rome's Guide. Check him out on TikTok and YouTube. But he wrote in and he said the way he reads comics, I've been reading single issues, but they're a hassle and expensive. I prefer the hardcovers or Omni where I can get the full story.
Okay.
Thanks for posting. I needed something to distract me. Rome's will always be here to distract you, man.
Yeah, just hit us up.
True.
We'll do an episode just for Rome's on a 3-way call.
Dude, we should have like a 7-hour thing, but it's just for Rome's and he can list that for his whole shift at work or whatever.
Yeah, we'll do that.
But yeah, shout out Rome's. He's getting into the collected editions and not so super big fan of these single issues. We also got another answer from Chip Mosher. Sorry if I'm saying your last name wrong, Chip. Apologize for that. He says he reads them right before he sends them to the press.
Yeah.
So Christian and I know Chip. I think he works at DSTLRY. I'm fairly certain he works at DSTLRY.
Yeah. If you want to know the official title,
I think he's like something, co-founder.
Yeah, it's like co-founder of DSTLRY.
Right. So that's kind of crazy that Chip is tuning in.
It is really wild. And we're really happy though. Like don't get us wrong.
No. So, shout out Chip, man. Listen, open invitation to come on the pod if you ever feel so inclined. We would love to hear. I mean, the story of how DSTLRY started. I feel like that could be pretty cool.
That's something. I mean, DSTLRY. Like right now, I know we've been talking a lot about DSTLRY, and this is before Chip even mentioned this.
Yeah, true. Like honestly, we're just fans of DSTLRY, and
he's co-founder and CCO of DSTLRY Media.
Yeah. Shout out Chip for he reads the comics right before he sends them to the press. Dude, makes sense to me.
Yeah, I will say, I texted Kody about this. I was like, does he mean like press as in like they get pressed to get like graded? Because a lot of people do that. I know people who like get their comics pressed and everything for like grading, but he most likely means before he sends them out to get printed, which is big flex. And no hate, but like you can't do that to us.
Right. He's probably already read like Gone #2, Somna #2, dude.
Yeah,
which crazy, man.
Is great for him.
It's great for him. Yeah. A little jealous. I just read Somna #1. Segue. You want to talk about it? You want to talk about Somna #1 now?
Yeah, sure. I have it right here.
But yeah. Oh wait, actually, we didn't answer the other question.
Oh yeah.
We didn't ask the other question.
The other question is a dumb one. Is a really stupid question.
It's a little goofy. So next episode, we're gonna do something Christmassy. If you guys remember last year, we read Klaus, and that was a lot of fun. We had our good buddy Bean off the shelf, who's disappeared from the internet, which is kind of sad.
Yeah, I
so Bean, if you're out there,
totally forgot that we even read Klaus.
So we'll do something else Christmassy this year. I'm not sure what we'll do.
I'm gonna send Kody a gift. He doesn't. That's
we can do a gift exchange again. Now that's a good idea. Because the question we're gonna be asking, answer in so we can read your responses in the next episode. What comic books are you asking for from Santa Claus? So like I don't know, just whatever. What are you hoping to get as far as comic books for Christmas, I guess?
Yeah, it's really like before we move on to Somna, I have a hair standing up. Before we move on to Somna, I do want to talk about my relationship with Santa Claus in this house. My mom really loves Christmas, which I love Christmas too. I mean, I think it's just a fun time,
Absolutely.
So every year, I still get Santa Claus gifts. Even though I'm 25, so like we'll get we exchange gifts within the family on the 24th and the 25th. I wake up, go downstairs, Santa Claus gifts. But my mom likes the magic of it, so when I open them, I do have to pretend like it's Santa Claus. Right. So I can't be like, "Hey, thank you, Mom."
You can't say thank you, Mom.
Be like, "Whoa, what are you talking about? It's not me at all." They don't have my name on it. So it's
That's funny.
it's like a really cute little thing, you know.
So
because,
you gotta keep it up, even though.
especially since like I really don't know what the gifts are.
Yeah.
So I can say like what, just to answer the question on my side, I asked for uh Department of Truth: The Complete Conspiracy,
Nice.
and then I asked for Star Wars: High Republic #1. That's
Like the Omni.
yeah, the season 1
Nice.
Omni.
Cool.
That's what I asked for with Santa. Cody, you have an answer or undecided?
Yeah, I think undecided right now. I think that one of the things that I would like sooner rather than later is the monster size Hellboy.
Oh, I've
Uh,
mm-hmm.
because I'm worried that it's gonna go out of print.
1,500 plus pages, $130 in organic price books. Listen, I've been looking at that book for a minute.
Yeah, because I don't know. You guys know me, man. If I get the one story, like the whole thing all in one,
Yeah,
that's it right there. That's just it. So that's probably how I would answer the question. If like Riley would say, "Hey, I'll buy you a comic book. What should I get you?" First off, just give me in stock trades gift cards, and then I can do with that what I will. But then yeah, if you're not going to do that, give me that Hellboy Omni, guys.
yeah.
Help me out here, huh?
Well, I'll chip in for it. Don't worry.
Yeah, dude. So yeah, let's talk about Somna #1. Like I said, we love talking about distillery stuff.
Yeah.
But I guess before we get into that, Christian, do you want to like just talk about the cool package they sent you a little bit?
Like
I mean, you made a video about it, but
so yeah, I'm someone who likes to like every time I get a follower, I open their account to see who they are. Just because I think it's better, you know. That way, I'm
no,
like,
I think that's a normal. I think that's a normal thing to do, just to see if that account's like a bot account.
yeah,
That usually means you're about to,
or maybe someone I want to
spam.
follow, you know,
or someone who else is making TikTok comic book content.
Yeah, so sure. I'm not gonna say the name just because I don't know if this person wants to be named.
Okay.
But I see someone follows me and I see that they're followed by like Romv, Distillery Media, and I'm like, wow, that's weird. You know, this person has like 2 posts. They're about Distillery. So I like look them up and I go to like their Instagram and I'm like, oh, they work with Distillery, you know? And then I just messaged them like, hey, you know, love what you guys are doing. Keep it up.
Yep, because at this point it was maybe Gone had just come out or something like that.
Yeah, Gone had just come out. And I got a message that said like, what's your name and address? And I was like, oh, this is, now I really got to make sure this person does work for the Distillery. And,
right.
LinkedIn confirmed it. So
nice.
But yeah, and then they sent me a package, which I was really thankful for. I know Chip also followed me, so thank you, Chip. And
shout out Chip.
I'll show what I got in the package. Of course, I got Somna #1.
I think that's cover A, right?
Yeah, I did buy cover B.
I did too. So I think that's.
I don't know if I can show it.
Maybe not.
Yeah, it's beautiful cover, especially like if you like Cody. Like I want you to look at it like it's a connecting cover. Like open it up.
You mean like open it up?
Yeah, and you'll see why I don't think we can show. But yeah, Somna #1.
Oh Jesus!
Oh yeah, you saw it.
Interesting.
You had never seen the back, huh?
Like maybe, but not altogether. Because it only makes sense when you open it up.
Yes.
Because like this, I mean, this doesn't mean anything, guys.
Yeah, that could be anything. Yeah, I guess you can show both sides, but not open it up.
This side, totally fine, guys. This side, totally fine. I'm not opening it up though, guys.
Then I got Gone #1, different cover.
I think that is the
Cody. You're the name guy.
It's not Peach Momoko. I think the Peach Momoko one's different.
Yeah.
Or that one might be Peach Momoko. I'm not sure.
Let me see if it probably says over here. No, it does not. Or I'm just stupid enough not to know who did it. But yeah, issue #2 coming December. I didn't know that, but it says it's back here.
Oh, I guess it's just Jock. It's just cover B of the Jock.
But it's really nice. I love this cover. And then, listen, it's gonna look messy because like fingerprints, but I got this beautiful uh golden version. It's a convention exclusive of the Devil's Cut. This is done by Jock also.
Hmm.
I love this.
It's pretty sick.
I'm gonna hold it right there where you cannot see my fingerprints.
Yeah, I mean that's cool, dude. The San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, so I'm sure
Mhm.
that's
And
worth a pretty penny, dude.
I have it right here. Well, I don't care how much it's worth because I'm not gonna sell it.
Of course not. Of course not.
And then I have a T-shirt with the names of all the founding members.
Yep.
It's a lot of them, so.
It's just just a really long.
And at the back it says Distillery.
Man, don't they got a cool logo, dude?
You know what? My favorite part of the T-shirt is the sleeves. Have the little D.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. That's everything I got from Distillery, and was not expecting it. I made a video about it, and I'm pretty happy. Because the thing is, like, I feel like when you get like a package from a company, people sort of expect you to like, oh yeah, now you're making videos, because they send you things, and it's like, no, go back on my page. I've been talking about Distillery since like they got announced, practically.
Yeah, dude. We I think we might have done like a news story on them like before they even released anything, and then picked up Devil's Cut and love what they're doing. So it's just an exciting project. But yeah, dude, tell me.
It's great.
Yeah, dude, tell me about their latest release.
Somna.
What'd you think of Somna?
So I think first of all, it's really funny how it was like born out of a tweet.
Yeah, true. Erotic horror or something like that.
Yeah, Becky Cloonan tweeted about it, and she was like, erotic supernatural horror is the only genre I'm interested in making anymore. And she did. And let me tell you, it's beautiful. Jerry agrees.
Jerry does agree.
It's a beautiful book. I think the art is really good. And it bounces back and forth between different art styles. And I know we had talked about that, and I want to see if I'm correct, Cody. There's another story in the Devil's Cut made by them.
Yeah, that's the it's one that I forgot what it was called in the Devil's Cut, but it is it's the same like concept. It's the same. I think actually in the Devil's Cut she was already like arrested.
Yeah, it's what blighted flame burns in thee. Becky Cloonan Tula. Yeah, it's that it bounces between different styles, which I love. I mean, that's
the
one
awake
of my
world and the dream world.
Yes, which is I think is fun when it's like not only it's like two different art styles, but they symbolize something. Because sometimes you'll just see it for fun,
right?
But
there's a story. Yeah, it's like
and the writing's really poetic. I will be honest. When it was announced and I heard what it was about, I didn't think I would like it.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I'll say to that. It's so atypical from what comic books are doing in general.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, DC ain't publishing anything like this. You know what I'm saying?
Horror. It's just like I heard erotic horror and I was like, oh, I don't read horror books that often, and I definitely don't read erotic books.
Right.
But there's, I mean, like, I would say that's like a baseline description of what it is. The story's so much deeper than that. It's really I made a video about it that I'm actually gonna post as soon as we finish recording this, where like I talk about like it's like about the witch burnings, like that time.
1600s,
which was a wild time. I mean, a girl broke up with you could be like, whoa, is that dark magic?
Right.
And they just burn her, or like she'd take you back. Things like that happen, and in this book it sort of happens. Like they kind of hint at the fact that someone was burnt at the stake because of a relationship.
Yeah, it's in this kind of time period. Everything's got to be all buttoned up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the fact that someone was maybe outwardly expressing like their sexualness or whatever, they're possessed by the devil or something and burned at the stake just for being a human, essentially. Just
for being a horn dog, man.
Just for being a little horny, dude, and you get burned at the stake.
That's what you get.
Right. And I guess the twist comes in for those that didn't get a chance to read Somna, because the main character, she's kind of going through these nightmare visions, and it's kind of blending into her
Yeah.
awake life. But the husband is the guy, the detective guy who
Yeah.
finds out who's a witch and then burns them at the stake.
He's like the worst human being ever. We hate
right,
him.
and it's obviously that it seems like maybe they had some love in the past for each other, but then it's just different now, and he's too busy with his job or whatever to give her the time of day. Probably only fueling her nightmare or nighttime escapades or whatever.
Yeah, it's kind of like she's like having relationships with a demon.
Is this demon dude real or not real?
Yeah, it's an interesting concept that I'm excited to like explore. And the twist is a good twist. I like the twist a lot, actually. And I'm just excited. I mean, now that I can like see the because we started with the Devil's Cut, and once we read Gone, it didn't feel like so much of a departure from the Devil's Cut.
Right.
Because it reminded me so much of the Stowaway, which is, what Gone was based on, that I was like, okay, this has the same feel as the Devil's Cut. But then you get Somna, and all of them start making sense. Like even after reading Somna, I reread Gone, and I was like, oh, now it like they feel like individual pieces now that there's more books coming out, and we have Blasphemous.
Yep.
Coming out this month, December. And Gone number 2, and let me confirm. I don't know when Somna number 2 comes out.
Right.
Actually,
I think they're doing once a month. So it's probably
January comes out.
Okay.
Yeah. And,
Blasphemous and Gone number 2 come out in December.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm excited.
So yeah, I don't know. Just a great first issue of Somna number 1. Like you're saying, it's very much like. The Devil's Cut, it did its job, right? It's just like a teaser of what this collaboration, like what they're going to bring to the table. And I think the end product, Somna number 1, is pretty great. So
I will say so far, and there's a couple books outside of Distillery that I would do this for, and some books that I actually have done this for. But like, I have a Ghost Rider book up on my wall, and I have a Spider-Ham book on my wall. Actually, it's Marvel Tales 15. Because like I look at them and I'm like, that needs to be hung up. And I honestly feel like these 3 books, like I'd hang it up on my wall.
Yeah, I think.
Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense at all.
No, I think so. I think what it sounds like to me, and I don't know if this is kind of what you're getting at here, but to me, these are kind of like collector's items, right?
Yeah,
like Distillery has succeeded in their goal of making comic book collecting like, cool, right? Like it's
definitely cool, yeah.
Right, like it's cooler than it was before. Like these are limited editions. Like you gotta get your hand on them.
Oh, I've had people where like I've recommended the book to them, and then they're like, they're sold out, and I'm like, well, you're fucked.
But listen, we're spreading the good word. What other podcast is talking about Distillery, guys? Who's potting like us? Nobody.
Yeah. They probably imagine they just make a Distillery podcast and we're just done.
And they talk about Distillery more than we do, but. Yeah. I don't know. It's just Christian and I like it. All right, we'd be talking about it if they didn't send us a box full of comics. All right, so
we were doing it before.
So we'll keep track of Distillery, guys. We'll keep on them. We'll check out their Blasphemous was the in their initial wave. That's the one I was the least excited about, just because I'm not the biggest Mirka and Dolfo fan.
Oh really?
I just haven't read like too much of her stuff, but. I liked it in the Devil's Cut, so we'll have to see. We'll have to see how that plays out. But
I'm excited for that, and I guess for any Distillery news, you can always listen to her podcast. I will say the news that you will get from here is probably not going to be great.
No, it's probably going to be inaccurate. To be honest, we might just lie.
Super misinformed.
But guys, moving on to our next topic. We're going to show Christian some of these and to see if he can piece out what's wrong.
Yeah, I mean...
Christian, I'm going to ask you to describe what you're seeing to the audio listeners, though, because this is kind of a visual game.
Before we put it, I'm just going to make an intro just for myself, and it's going to say, let's see how stupid Christian is. So, like, roll the intro. Okay. Because that's what this segment feels like.
Well, dude, so the thing is, I don't want it to be, you're either right or wrong. It's just like, hey, do you notice it or not? Because some of them are like actually really small, and if you don't, I'll just be like, oh, okay, and I'll just tell you what it is.
No,
But I think all these are interesting because there's kind of a story behind them. So
for me, this is myself. I'm proving myself as an actual comic book fan.
but each one kind of requires some setup. So this one right here, this is the one that started it all, guys. We're looking at Batman: The Dark Knight Returns, the cover, the classic cover with the lightning bolt. Frank Miller doing this whole Batman's doing this whole thing with the lightning bolt. Everybody's seen it. The classic Batman silhouette. So I guess
you want me to describe it, or you want to do it? Well, I think.
Well, so Christian, in this one, right? This one isn't so much of a mistake. It's more of a misconception. So I got to ask you, which way is Batman facing in this picture? And that might not make sense, but if I show you the next page,
the arm that's doing this, is that his right arm? And then he's like,
so in the way you see this, like the Batman symbol would be facing like the reader, like facing the Okay, so that's interesting because this whole thing started when people were talking about it, and it was pretty hot topic on comic book Twitter. They were trying to decide if it was, in fact, the way I see it.
Oh, that's
I see it this way. I see his back,
and that makes sense. And that makes sense. Like looking at it now, I'm like, yeah, I'm stupid.
But here's the thing, Christian. When I scroll down, it's gonna blow your mind, bro. Frank, the original sketch was the way you see it, like the Batman symbol facing.
Look at me.
The camera. So, dude, everybody on comic book Twitter had their mind blown this weekend.
I just think I'm smarter than you, is what you're saying.
Maybe, I guess so. It's just it's weird how it's just so weird to me. It can be both. Like it can be both. Like the way you. Yeah. I don't know.
I will say, as soon as you showed it to me, I was gonna say, "Oh, Robin's not in it." Like.
Oh, gotcha. All right, so yeah, that's kind of where I got this idea from, just like common misconceptions in comic books, and on to the next one.
So far undefeated. I'm gonna put a point down on the screen. Oh, I've never seen this cover. Dude. I've never seen this cover. God.
So this is a classic Batman cover. It's Batman 423. It's a Todd McFarlane cover. It's the red and yellow one. You see the moon in the background. Yeah. Batman spreading his cape, and he's hugging a woman. Let me zoom in on this.
Batman 423 for people asking.
Yep.
I'm over here squinting my eyes.
This one's tough. This one's kind of tough. So I wouldn't blame you if you. Is
there like a question attached to this, or?
So this one, maybe I got to point it out.
I think I have like a thing that I'm noticing.
Okay,
it's like,
go for it.
The cape's lifted.
Okay.
Then whose hand is that?
Yes,
holding her.
Yes, bro. Okay. So, dude, because I never know. Like, I've seen this cover. It's one of the most legendary Todd McFarlane covers of all time. It's a beautiful cover. Like by any rights, it's beautiful, right? But there is that question of who the hell. Batman doesn't got 3 arms, guys.
It sort of reminds me of, and I'm going to send this to you right now. I'll put it up on the screen. It reminds me of a specific frame in the movie Tarzan.
Okay.
Where and I'm going to put it up on the screen for the listeners to, for the viewers to see it, but I'm sending it to you through text. I want you to look at it and tell me.
Yeah, classic. Like, how's he holding the rope?
Yeah, how's he holding the rope? Which I think ass cheeks, like right down the middle.
Totally. I've seen like the picture of someone drawing like what it looks like on the back end or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's another mistake though, and you didn't notice this one.
Oh, let me see.
Hard to see. Okay.
Give me 1 second.
It's more of a coloring thing. That probably gives it away too much. But
actually no. But you can explain it.
So this right here, there's like a white spot. It's supposed to be yellow. So Todd McFarlane has said that the colors just didn't color that part in. So, and then it went to print, and they printed this cover. So like all the first prints have this missing white.
Has he mentioned the hands or not?
The hands, I don't know, but I couldn't find the comic book creator, but they did kind of like what we were describing, like the explaining how this cover could even make sense. Like they do their own drawing
Yeah.
and showing like Batman's anatomy. I cannot find the comic book creator who did that drawing,
But
so I had to do my own. This is the explanation that the comic creator had for how Batman is able to hold his
oh,
cape up.
nice.
So we got
It's
so
kicking.
so instead of he's holding it both open with both arms, one of them is his foot. That's the only explanation, guys. So
He's doing like a crane kick
yeah,
mid hug.
and still holding her, and still So that's the only explanation for this cover, guys. Batman
I'm
423.
sure if by the time I'm editing this, Kody will try to find the creator.
No, I've looked. I think they deleted it. I think they deleted
So
it because
tough luck,
yeah,
buddy.
because I'm pretty sure it was like Dan Mora or something. I just couldn't find it this past weekend.
If it's Dan Mora, I don't think he
Well,
needs
it's weird.
our
It was
shout-out.
someone. It was someone that I follow, and I don't follow like super that many comic creators. I could not find it for the life of me.
Nice.
But yeah, so that's funny.
That is really funny.
Moving on. This one, Action Comics, 598.
Okay,
Gonna
this
zoom out
one's
one more time.
complicated.
So this one's more about the words, if that's too much of a giveaway. So we have, while Christian's looking at it, I'll describe what we got. Got Superman.
Oh, that's funny.
He's probably carrying Lois. There's an explosion in the background. Christian, what do you notice?
First of all, I hope that's not Metropolis blowing up.
I think it is.
But yeah, it's Metropolis. They missed an
Yes.
O.
just a gross misspelling of Metropolis. And at this point, like I said, Action Comics 598. So like, we got to know how to spell Metropolis by then, guys.
It's one of those things that does make you like. Sometimes I'll misspell something on the podcast and no one will notice.
Right.
Or like I when I made the video about Howard the Duck, I said that the movie Charade came out in 1948, but it actually came out in 1963. And I remember freaking out, like I cannot fix this. The video's already out. It's been out for like a week. If DC is making these mistakes, I'm solid.
Right. So so for the audio listeners, it says at the bottom of the comic book cover, checkmate blows into Metropolis. So they misspelled it there.
Missing the second O.
Missing the second O. All right, moving on to the next one. A classic Rob Liefeld Captain America cover from 1996. I don't know, dude. I'm not the biggest Rob Liefeld fan. I'm just gonna say it.
That's why I took a really deep breath.
It hurts my stomach to see some of these 90s covers, guys. Like it's what an awful time for I don't know.
And like I don't think like I was like gonna be that guy. I feel bad about shitting on an artist, but like
he's successful.
You know how
Rob's killing it.
Like Deadpool's like skin.
Yep.
That's how I feel whenever I look at like Rob Liefeld's drawings. And you might be like, oh, he created Deadpool, but he did. I don't think he created his skin. He created like the suit. But like, why does Captain America look like he went through like a paper shredder?
Yeah.
Also, like he always does that like asterisk in the middle to like show like stretching,
like, veins or whatever.
Yeah. Is this one very subtle? Or what is it?
It's kind of subtle. It's more of a. It's not a mistake in terms of what happens in the story, but it's just something that's so out of place on the cover. Like it just like what's going on?
There's like a face and an arm that definitely like don't know where that's coming from. I don't know if it's a part of the story.
Yeah, so that's what it was. That's what I was getting at here. In the story, I guess Captain America, he was dating this woman or whatever, and Nick Fury comes in and he's like, "You're dating a robot or something." So he takes the face off and like throws it or something. So that's kind of what the scene is supposed to be getting at.
Doesn't translate.
Right, you just see like it looks like an air. Like it looks like there's supposed to be like a person below Captain America, like he's riding on top of someone's shoulders or something.
It's so weird. Listen, Rob, don't quit your day job.
Like, listen, I'm not an artist, guys. I can't, take what I'm saying with a grain of salt.
I'm
but
not an artist
wouldn't this cover just have been 100 times better if there wasn't just a random face? Like, it just looks weird.
It's odd. It just doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
And this is coming from someone who's also not an artist. You could have done better, buddy.
Right, like I don't know how else you show that's a mask or something, but it just looks out of place.
It's a twist. You don't.
That's true too. It is a twist in the story.
Or if
I haven't read this.
If this is the issue following the reveal, then put a robot, like an actual robot, like kind of like disassembled in the corner. But this, and that does not look like a woman's hand.
No, I don't know. It's
that
I
looks,
don't know, man.
Also, like his fist when he's holding the shield is super weird.
Yeah, true.
Listen, Anatomy and Rob Liefeld are not best friends. Oh, wow.
Got a classic Daredevil cover now, guys. This is the first appearance of Elektra.
Okay.
Daredevil 168. It's the classic one. You got Elektra in the back with the... maybe not the first appearance, my bad. Maybe, I forget. But there's like lightning going on in the background. You see the silhouette of Elektra. This is another one where it's a little subtle, but it's more about the text on the cover.
Give me a moment of fear. Once he left her, now she is his most deadly enemy. This is complicated. Marvel.
It's kind of tough if you don't know how to spell
Elektra,
the
right?
word
It doesn't
that
have
it's
a
trying
C,
to spell.
right? It doesn't have a C, right?
It does not have a C.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I was like.
Yeah, dude. So it's just weird. They spelled it with a C. And I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I'm pretty sure this is her first appearance. So that kind of stinks that
it says once he left her, now she is his most deadly enemy, which I personally would have said his deadliest enemy. But that's besides the point. So like it means that like she's been there before. At least that's what I'm getting.
Yeah, right? I think if I remember correctly, I think it's like a first appearance, but then they did like a flashback to show like their life. But I don't think she had appeared in the story before that.
Okay.
Yeah, so if I remember correctly, but yeah, so they just misspelled Elektra on her first appearance.
This is so weird, dude.
Like, yeah. I don't know.
I don't know what else to say. That's a good one though. I would have. Right? I feel like sometimes I don't notice those things. Oh, for sure. This is classic Power Man. With that the chains, which like not the biggest.
So we got Marvel Team Up 105 on the cover, guys. We've got the Hulk carrying Power Man, Luke Cage Power Man in his right arm. He's holding like a woman in his left arm, and then Iron Fist is like punching him. This one I might have to zoom in because it's not necessarily a mistake, but it's something that's just like a little weird and.
Yeah, go for it. Zoom in.
Maybe I can give you a hint. It's something related to Power Man or, yeah.
Okay, give me a second. Yeah, I mean, that left arm is going crazy out of nowhere. And that right arm looks like it's Hulk's arm is Power Man's arm.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah, it's such a weird angle. Like
right, like
if you showed it to me, I was like just like him, and you cut out the Hulk. I'm like, wow, Power Man's becoming the Hulk.
Right.
It's a weird angle, and they drew like the faces to look very similar too.
Right. So yeah, that's just like the weird thing in this one is just it looks like Power Man's right arm is the Hulk's right arm, and it's like that's obviously not the case. It's just like one of those weird.
It's just
like it looks like it's coming out of the sleeve, so it's like
it's just like a bad placement.
So yeah, that one's like a little smaller one. I think there's last one, guys. Last one. Yeah. Another Rob Liefeld. I was gonna say it earlier, but
is it the Spider
Rob Liefeld? No, it's not. I was.
Oh wow!
So we got Images Youngblood #9.
That's just that. First of all, why does that right hand have three? I guess it does have 3 fingers, but it looks like it's just fingers.
Yeah. So you nailed it instantly. This one just jumps right out at you. It's just like That's not how arms look. That's not how hands look.
Yeah, there's no
That's
wrist.
not how the other guy's arm, like his other arm, looks.
There's no wrist.
No wrist at all.
It goes from arm to finger.
Which is just a terrible way for humans to be, by the way. I just want to.
Also, that lady on the left, she needs like to go to like a chiropractor.
Yeah, she got the. I guess the other thing that it's not as obvious, but it's just like how is she sitting on the arm?
Yeah,
it's just kind of weird. But that's like a smaller thing. It kind of looks like she was just placed on top instead of like a clip art type of thing. You know what I'm saying?
It's just weird, stupid design for no reason.
Yeah. So that's it. So Rob Liefeld, congrats to you, buddy. You got two. You got two on this list of weird comic covers. Dude, this was a lot of fun. We'll have to do something similar. I think next time we do one of these, Christian, we're gonna look at strange 90s covers or like gimmicky things like that the 90s were trying to do. Because I found a pretty funny list. So
that's nice.
We'll take a look at that next time. But
good.
But yeah. So Christian, you nailed it, dude. Maybe I gave you too many hints. I don't know.
You did give me some hints, like the ones with text. Those.
Yes.
I feel like I got all of them except for the ones with text. Once you mentioned text, I was like, okay, that's.
This picture, man, just blows my mind, though, dude. That it's not from the back. And
but like now that
more people,
now that you showed me the back one, it's like I can like interchange it,
dude. Right? And everybody was saying, I always thought it was the back. I feel like that was the most common. Were people saying they honestly thought it was facing the back. So yeah,
you know, at least we got it. We finished it, and I feel accomplished. I feel smarter than you.
Yep.
That's the only reason why I came here today. Kody said, "Hey, I'm gonna quiz you."
Right.
And I'm here.
Yeah. So that was our comic book segment thing. Christian, do you think we got time to do recent reads, or maybe we can
do a quick one? We got 10 minutes.
All right, you want me just to run it? Just
you can run it. I'm
bro. Gonna read the Deviant?
No, not yet. I have it in my office at work.
Okay, so the Deviant, James Tiny in the Fourth, Joshua Hickson, murder in around Christmas time. This serial killer, they thought they caught him.
Yeah, that's how it always goes. But I like those stories. I can say. You want me to say one now, like just back and forth?
Yeah, go for it.
Transformers #2, man. It's what a good book.
It's interesting. The Transformers, like the human characters, they always kind of suck, right? But I'm really liking Daniel Warren Johnson's this. You got Spike and then his sister, I think, right?
Yeah.
But, yeah. So Transformers is just killing it, man. What a great series so far.
And just to pack it together, Void Rivals also finished the arc. Did you read it?
Yeah, not #6.
Yeah, it's the end of the arc. So what a good book. Honestly, so great.
I'm excited for the G.I. Joe stuff to start, man.
Yeah, I mean, cool. I believe I was reading that. I feel like 301, the one you bought, is like the beginning of it.
I don't know, because I heard that
it's like a soft launch.
Someone told me that is like a continuation of the series that was going on at IDW.
Okay.
And so I think there's going to be 2 G.I. Joe universes like at the same time, I think.
I hope not.
I think that's what's happening. It's kind of weird. I don't know. We'll look into it more. I wouldn't be
happy if that was the case.
Because I don't think I'm going to continue with the 301 series. So I kind of hope it doesn't relate to Energon Universe stuff. I hope that's for like the old head G.I. Joe fans that don't like this new fancy G.I. Joe that Daniel Warren Johnson's doing. Dude, let's talk about the Holy Roller.
Oh, wow. Yeah. You start, please. I'm going to look. I have notes about Holy Roller that I want to look up.
Yeah, dude. So a series written by Andy Samberg, Rick Remender, and Joe Troman that Christian referenced earlier.
Love him.
What a great first issue, man.
Oh, it was so fun. I like how it was missing a lot of action. I like that.
Yes. I have a feeling near the end of the book, you see like how much
Yeah.
action there can be. So I have a feeling we're gonna get some action packed next couple of issues. But I guess the premise for those that are interested in checking it out, series coming out of Image Comics. It's like this guy who he was set up to be like a bowler. He was gonna follow
Yeah.
in the footsteps of his dad, like this legendary bowler in this small town.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't want that life. He's gonna do Greenpeace instead. He's
Yeah.
called back home because it sounds like his dad is not. He's going through some medical stuff.
Yeah. It's
Um,
and like he hasn't seen his family like 20 years.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
He's kind of he didn't like. He's not like proud of like maybe his Jewish identity and stuff like that.
Yeah, it really feels like I wouldn't say that he's like not proud, but he's like he like shies away from it.
Yeah, because when he's a kid, as we see earlier in the issue, like he gets bullied for being
Jewish,
right? And so when he comes back into his hometown, he's found that, bro, there's a just ton of anti-Semitism in this hometown, dude.
Yeah.
So what's the only way to take care of Nazis, guys? You gotta hit him in the head with the bowling ball. You gotta. So that's what he's doing, and it looks like he's gonna become the superhero, the holy roller, or something like that. So, yeah, looking forward to that, man. Great first issue.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. I mean, we can mention Universal Monsters Dracula, but that's
Nice.
about it.
Number 2 right here, baby. Beautiful.
Yeah, love it.
All right, one other thing I want to mention: Batman Off-World.
Oh yes, you want to talk about that? I haven't read it yet, but
okay, so you did buy it though.
Yes.
Cool. So listen, I know people complain. They complain all the time. There's too many Batman stories. This one, I really feel like it's doing something different, guys. So if you usually don't pick up Batman, I would recommend maybe picking up Batman Off-World. I think it's pretty good. So essentially, to set up what's going on, Batman's out in space for some reason, and Batman typically doesn't go out in space. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not very often, and it's kind of like, why is Batman so far deep in space? Because he went out there on purpose, and when you find out why he's out there, it makes absolute sense.
Okay, then I'm gonna read it soon, tomorrow probably.
Dude, but the kicker for me, and I don't know if you saw it in my video, but like the art, phenomenal.
Oh yeah. I tried not to look at that part of your video that much.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. But dude, Doug Mankey, who did the art for Swamp Thing Green Hell, one of my favorites, dude. I don't even know how to describe it. It's just like, it's like so deep. It's so much.
I'm excited.
Detail. Like,
I'm really excited.
And the coloring is great too. So yeah, definitely check out Batman Off-World, start of a new series. I guess it's not Black Label, but it's not. I don't get it, man. Yeah. But whatever.
But yeah, I mean, that's it for me. I haven't been reading that much, if I'm honest with you.
I feel it. You know, I'm right now. I'm reading like so much that I'm not like playing video games and shit, which is kind of weird. So
I mean, I'd say like I think this is gonna be like the first time in a while that we finished it like right at the hour.
I'm not done with you yet, dude. I gotta talk about 2 more things.
I
gotta get it off my chest.
Go for it.
So, dude, you know I'm going through a Superman kick, right?
Yes.
Man, dude, Superman Birthright, instantly like a top 5 story for me, dude. It's just like a Superman origin story, but it's Mark Waid writing, so he's like the king of writing Superman, dude. Like no one gets Superman better than Mark Waid. The art's pretty solid too. I wasn't like a huge fan of it in the beginning, but I think it really starts to come into its own. So yeah, I would recommend checking out Superman Birthright for anybody that's looking to read. If you read this, you'll become a Superman fan, I promise you. And if you don't, get out of here. Get out of my face, dude, because it's excellent. And then we got Superman Smashes the Klan, something else I also read recently. Gene Lewin Yang, who did American Born Chinese, which is a pretty well-regarded comic book. It's kind of like maybe more for kids.
It looks good.
But I think adults can get a lot out of this. The art's super clean. It's from a creative duo named Giri Hiro. It's like a brother and like 2 brothers. Like one does the art one colors or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty cool.
No,
but
I've heard a bunch about it, and I saw you were reading it, and I was like, oh, exciting. Maybe I should.
Dude, it's just like it takes place in like the post World War II.
Yeah.
So it's a very, very early look at Superman's origin. But it's based on like a lot of things that happened in real life in terms of like a radio show that was going on that was like anti Ku Klux Klan, and the Superman radio show was kind of the reason why the Ku Klux Klan kind of died off after World War II a little bit, because everybody's like, yeah, that shit's lame, dude. Superman beats up KKK people. So
that's really good. That's really good.
Yeah, because like at the end there's like an essay about like Superman and his real life
I like
origin.
it when comics go beyond just like the comic and they give you like a little history lesson.
Absolutely. So very eye-opening to read the essay at the end too, and just seeing kind of how this story mirrors Superman in real life.
Yeah.
And I think both of these are just such great Superman stories. Definitely check them out. And I'm not done yet, dude. I got like in December I'll probably read 2 more Superman things.
I'm happy you're like experiencing this because you told me you wanted to.
Like I've always liked Batman, right? But I don't relate. Batman, he's still probably my number 1 favorite superhero, but I don't know. There's more substance, in my opinion, to Superman, and that's so crazy that everybody's like, Superman's boring or whatever. It's like, guys, you gotta read Superman Birthright. He's not boring. He won't be boring to you anymore. I swear to God.
I'll read it. I promise.
So yeah, dude. That's all my recent reads, though. Thanks for letting me yap, man.
No, dude,
it's great.
It's exciting to hear you excited.
I'm reading so much good stuff right now, man. It's great.
Yeah.
Comics are so cool.
No,
guys.
I love comics.
Make sure you read them.
I've been trying to read at work a lot, but like I started watching MasterChef, and that really took over my brain for a minute.
I like MasterChef, dude. I like that. Chopped.
Chopped is stuff. Great show.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, I don't know if you have anything else to say. If not,
dude, I think that's it, man.
We can do the thing where we promote our merch.
Okay.
Go check out our merch. It's really cool. It helps.
Go check out our merch.
Yeah, it helps us do all of this. And you might be saying,
keeps the lights on.
Yeah, and if you're saying like, wow, really just that, it looks really shitty, then if you buy more merch, it can be better. Look at that mentality.
A lot of cool stuff coming though, man. A lot of cool stuff coming.
I can say a lot of cool stuff coming. I won't say what it is because I feel like whenever I mention something happening, it doesn't happen. That is commonly known as jinxing.
Right. But yeah, like we were saying earlier, be sure to answer our question. What comic books are you asking for from Santa Claus?
Yeah.
Check the YouTube comment. It'll be down there. Scroll down a little bit if you're on Spotify. Get your responses read next episode.
Yeah. And go follow Kody. He just got to 5,000. Congratulations, buddy.
True, dude. Giveaway incoming, so get ready for that. I already told Christian he cannot win.
I have the message. He told me, I am sorry, it's just for my followers.
It would look so fake, dude, if you won, even if it was you randomly.
Yeah, no.
I don't want anybody to accuse me.
I'll take that.
Because they'll be like, that's your best friend.
Say,
of course
thank you for calling me your best friend. None of your followers get Christmas gifts from me like
slip
that.
of the tongue.
Like
right.
Like I know you did like the Christmas like thing last year, but I got like an extra Christmas gift. So like none of your followers get that. So like I can do without a giveaway.
That's true.
But yeah, buddy. Stay healthy, drink more water, and I hope you watch like Family Guy tonight.
You know it, dude. FXX, guys. Yeah. Channel 95.
And that's it for me, man. I can.
That's it, dude.
I'm gonna just give the peace sign and say goodbye.
Peace, dude. Read more comics, guys. All right.